Good evening, YouTube. Happy Mother's Day again. I seem to have went off on somebody here, and I meant what I said, but I did it in a mean way, and I gotta take a small minute to understand and get inside the psyche. You understand of some of my viewers, and some of them are like little children, and I gotta correct them sometimes. But the same thing, and I gotta be careful when I do that because sometimes the government is doing that to us. They treat us like children, and point being said, I have my trusty chalkboard here with my dry erase, and I have a few bullet points I'd like to go over before I get into it. First of all, I notice a lot of people are. See, here's what happened for me. I went into a mode when President Trump was being elected, and he was going through his campaign trail, and I was watching a couple of guys, and they're kind of funny. Alex Jones, I've been watching him for years, and he's been repeating the message that we're coming up on a police state and this, that, and the other. It's going through the Bush, and he didn't like Bush, he didn't like Obama, and he kind of leaned towards liking Trump because of Bush and Obama. So that being said, a few anomalies that I noticed while watching Alex Jones, and it's not like I was all the way. You talked about space aliens invading Secret Service and things like that. So you gotta kind of take the guy with a grain of salt. Not so much space aliens, but particularly shape-shifting reptilians, which got me into a whole other branch of research of what kind of aliens are there if there's more than one. So I started looking into Pleiadians and things like that, and there's people out there that call themselves star seeds, if you know what those are. Very interesting stuff, I gotta say. They're very peaceful people and kind of mind their own business, mostly from Minnesota, but apparently they're from all over the world. But I guess the main hub of them, I guess they landed in Minnesota, which is incidentally, I think where the Book of Mormon was found. I want to just leave that, throw that out there. I think that was found in Minnesota. If I'm mistaken, please let me know in the comment section. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up or thumbs down if you think I'm a jerk, and which is fine. You can be opinionated all you want to. But Jimmy Dore was he was at the DNC, that Democratic National Convention in 2016, the summer of 2016. I think it was July or something. But it had already come out that Hillary had 30-something thousand emails. Alex Jones was all over that, and then quickly, followed suit, rank suit. Bernie kept his mouth shut. Which he should have been. He should have been a little more outspoken. Bernie should have said something, but he didn't. He didn't say anything. So there's that. Sorry, Bernie. You got ripped off. You attached yourself to the wrong people. I don't think Bernie's gonna be watching this, but anybody that's my heart goes out to him because he got hooked up with the wrong people. And if he'd have said anything more, they'd have killed him, and he knows it. Okay, he's lucky he's alive. He might even have a double out there. He might already be dead. We don't know this for sure. But this is what we get into when we get into conspiracy theories. See, what Alex Jones had was conspiracy fact, and a lot of his theories came true. Some of the stuff with the aliens, it's still a theory. We'll leave it at that. It's still a theory. It's still out there. You know what I'm saying? It's still out there. Because these Pleiadians actually admit that they're Pleiadians, and they are enemies of the reptilians. Actually, the reptilians are their enemy. They're the peaceful ones, and they're the good guys, and then the reptilians are the bad guys. So if there's anything going on with that, then you need to talk to the Pleiadians on that one. Self-proclaimed Pleiadians. I didn't label nobody nothing. They're out there. Check them out. Starseeds. The Pleiades. They come from the Pleiades. It's in the middle of Taurus. If you ever look at the constellations, this is all Greek mythology going into there too. With inside the middle of Taurus, there's right in the heart of Taurus, the bull. There's the Pleiades. I was just looking it up. I want to know where Pleiades was, so that's where that's at. It's a cluster of stars, and it's in the middle of our Milky Way galaxy. It's not outside of our Milky Way, so we can see it with our naked eye if on a really clear night. you smoke one of them doobies, you might be able to look up and see it. So there it is. I'll throw that out there. So Jimmy Dore was at the DNC and with Chunk Yogurt, and he calls himself Jank. I don't get it. Really, Junk Yogurt, whatever. So I got about 5 minutes left here. Let's see here. So Alex Jones comes on and he tries to give him a T-shirt, and it was kind of funny. It was in light humor. Jimmy Dore turns around, and first Anna Kasparian, she's the one that's, oh, you body shaming people, we body shaming, making people feel ashamed of themselves, because they don't like fat chicks. I've dated a couple fat chicks, and same thing as a skinny chick, except they cook better. That's all. They don't rely on McDonald's. Well, they like McDonald's, but they don't rely on it. They know how to cook. They tend to, for the most part. Some fat chicks just can't get enough McDonald's. But I'll leave that alone for now. So Jimmy Dore was, and you got Anna Kasparian. She called Alex Jones quote unquote fat fuck. Get off the stage, you fat fuck. So it takes one to know one, I guess, when you're getting into hate speech, and it's all good when somebody else fat shames somebody, because Alex Jones picked up a couple extra pounds. I mean, he's a big guy. He's got gout to him, or stout to him, and he got guns like me almost. Things you can't see because I'm getting ready to go outside anyways. It's pretty cold. And what's spring? Just not. It doesn't really want to get in there and give it to you. It just wants to stick the tip in. Come on, man. What's up with spring? We went straight from fall into fall again, with a little bit of snow in between. It wasn't really that cold this winter, except that night Jussie Smollett got attacked. It was like 90 below zero, I think. Don't quote me on that. I'm not sure about these numbers and stuff. I mean, in Celsius, it could have been like two below zero, but I don't know. So Jimmy Dore, he now with Alex Jones being removed, okay, at the DNC, he spat in Alex Jones' face. He just walked up. It was a hawker too. It wasn't one of those little wet ones, like it was. And he hawked in his face, man. It was not cool. I don't care who you are. Then later on, he comes out and says, "Oh, well, that's what comedians do. That's what us comedians do. That's how we say hi to each other." Like, no, that's not how they say hi to each other. In fact, I tried being a comedian too, and nobody ever spit in my face, except my mom. We'll leave that alone. Yeah, she's an old school Democrat, and I told her I voted for Trump, and she spit in my face. Saying, well, that's a lot of things, man. I didn't really notice a connection there. I gotta be careful here, because we're treading on sacred territory when it comes to respecting our parents. Honoring your mother and father. I don't want to dishonor her, but yeah, I can tell the truth without being dishonorable. So let's see here. With all due respect, that's how you keep from being dishonorable. You give them all due respect, and then you tell the truth. So I used to get away with it in the military. With all due respect, sir, you don't know what you're talking about. Or you say permission to speak freely, and they go like this. I sit back and they go, huh, do I give this guy permission to speak freely? Because he's about to sail into me. And I don't know what I'm going to have to do about that. If I give him permission, and I can't court-martial him. So, yeah. So, anyways, so Alex Jones spit right directly in his face, and then later on backed up and says, well, that's what all us comedians do. That's how we say hi to each other. Like as if Alex Jones is a comedian. I don't think so. I don't think he's a comedian. I think he's an actor. I think he's a very good actor. Here's the thing. He gets a script, and then he goes off on these rants. So they're not reactionary rants. They're something that he practices. Okay, so that's something that you got to understand about Alex Jones. He practices this stuff. He's been doing it for years. He's this close to being a political prankster. You know what I'm saying? Which Roger Stone was a political prankster too. If you do any research into these people, into their past, Roger Stone told everybody that when he was like in 5th or 6th grade, that he was going to have cotton candy in the vending machines and things like that. Just really odd things for 1959. Back in the day, you made cotton candy. You just you had to make it as it went, because they didn't have packaging like they do now, and you couldn't put cotton candy in a vending machine. It would get caught on the twirlers, which were new back then too. The vending machines weren't new. They were. So yeah, you couldn't possibly get away with it. So, but he told people he's gonna do things like that, put cotton candy, and free milk for everybody. I mean, it was only a penny, but who wouldn't want some free milk, So there's that. So they're political pranksters, They used to pull jokes on their political opponents, and they were basically trolling. That's what they are. They're trolls. So I went over my 10-minute mark. I'm still gonna keep going though. But with the vacuum of Alex Jones being gone since last August, July or August, they booted him off of most of social media platforms, and then they kicked him off the rest of them about a week later, because it was everybody's cheering him on. Hey, yay! All right, Alex Jones is gone. We ain't got to listen. We ain't got to put up with him no more. And what happened was a bunch of cringy progressives kept on, because he was telling truths that they didn't like to hear, so they kept on complaining, and eventually Facebook said, all right, we got so many complaints coming in, we just get rid of this guy just to shut everybody up. So they did, okay? And then they let little bits of it out here and there, people still complain, so they shut them all down. Now they're threatening to shut anybody down that posts any of their videos, including Laura Loomer and his buddy over there, who's that English guy? Can't even remember his name now, but he got thrown in the list, and then Farrakhan, he got thrown in the list because they got seen shaking hands together or something, Alex Jones. But with the vacuum of him gone, Jimmy Dore's taking over his space, and now he's saying the same exact things Alex Jones said back in 2006. Oh, censorship. Oh, no. We're getting, we got a police state. We got this, that, and the other. He's running on a libertarian. I'm telling you guys, Jimmy Dore's running on a libertarian platform. And I know this because I align with libertarians. I get it what they're doing. I get what they're thinking. They can have gay sex or whatever. Just don't put it in my face. I don't want to see your wang. I don't want to see it. Do whatever you got to do. I don't want to see it. You got okay. So he's saying everything's Trump's saying. Everything but the aliens, man. Everything but the aliens. All his political stances are everything that Alex Jones was saying. He's trying to suck in as many viewers as he can. And, and I've been watching him for a few years, and slowly but surely, and with the absence of Alex Jones, and I can see where this is going. I can see where it's going. He's doing everything but telling, oh, well, I still think Trump's a piece of shit, and Bernie's the way to go. But, and everything he's saying is a libertarian. And now they got these little dudes out here that are repeating him. And it's like, man, you sound like me 4 or 5 years ago. You sound just like I did 4 or 5, except you got these little fancy words you throw in there. These little fancy, bourgeois words. And you know who you are. And you know what a bourgeois is. And I know what a bourgeois is. And I'm a right-winger. I know what the hell a bourgeois is. And you're throwing these bourgeois words in there like you're an elitist. Hoity-toity. Hypocrite. Use regular words. Talk like regular people. What's the matter with you? Use all these fancy words like you're educated or something, man. You ain't got shit. Maybe swear. Oh, my God. His coverage of Standing Rock alone, all right? Jimmy Dore's coverage of Standing Rock was that we have no media coverage. Well, they're doing you a favor, man. Anybody who believes me... Oh, I take this back. Anybody that doesn't believe me, okay, anybody who cares to, look at the aftermath of Standing Rock. And you'll find out why they didn't cover it. They're all against the DAPL. The media was against the DAPL, but they couldn't show you what was going on. They could not. There was no way you see all these hippies making a mess and digging these things. They're called shit pits. If you know what a shit pit is, it's a big hole in the earth that they shit into. And he said, oh, well, we want clean water. Well, yeah, they're bringing in bottled water. That's what they're talking about with the clean water. They want bottled water brought to them. So somebody went and got them a couple pallets full of water, and there's bottled water bottles all over the damn place. Look it up. That's what the fight for clean water was. It wasn't about the water that's under the ground. It was the stuff that was already in a bottle. You know, they didn't have no water out in the middle of the damn prairie. Where are they going to get water from? Dig it out of the river? You know, people are getting sick. You know, which is why they needed the shit bits. It's a big. Basically, they dug a hole with their hands, or whatever they had. You know, and they think they're preppers, so they bring out these teepees, and they had one garbage can for like 1,500 people. One 55-gallon drum, painted blue, obviously. Look it up online, man. So his coverage of Standing Rock was way off, just off the charts off. You know, the only thing he had right was Hillary Clinton's a jerk, and Alex Jones was already saying that a year before he did. You know, he was pro-Bernie, and for like a month, you know, only about a month after, it only took Jimmy Dore a month to come to terms that Alex Jones was right. After he spit in his face, too. That's why he spit in his face, is because he was right. You know, everything Jimmy Dore's been saying is wrong. All right, now if you cringy progressives would just switch capitalism and communism around, you guys would be on our side. You guys are hung up on capitalism. You know why? Because it doesn't fit you. It doesn't affect you if you don't have a job. Capitalism doesn't benefit you if you don't have a job. Now, communism, you don't have to have a job to prosper in communism. You don't have to earn nothing. That's what the secret is to communism. It appeals to people that don't have anything. To people that have stuff, and this is why Maoism and Stalinism is a horrible form of government, is because the people that didn't vote for them got their stuff taken first, and it was given to the people that did vote for them. It's called crony capitalism, and the current Soviet Union and current China is a prime example of what happens. They end up going back to capitalism, because when you take $1 million from this guy and give it to that guy, and that guy spends, goes out, buys a bunch of hookers and drugs and general asshole, and then it's gone. This guy here is dead because he starved to death. He goes back and says, "Oh, there's no more money there. We gotta do something about this. Let's get a bunch of capitalists." Then they build it back up, and guess what? They still ride just like a leech. The bastards. I'm coming up on 20 minutes. Went way over my time. Way over my personal time. I had to get that out there, man. That's what's pissing me off, is because these little Reggies, they should have listened to Uncle Reggie a long time ago. You know, these little Reggies, they come out here. I don't care if they're 150 years old. They're still not listening. They're still not hearing me. They're still not hearing Jones. They're not hearing the truth. They're hearing the truth the way Jimmy Dore sees it. You know, Jimmy Dore is like taking a head of capitalism and putting a head of communism on it and saying, "See, look what a good guy." Come on, man. Everybody knows it don't work like that. I'm going to the store. It's pushing 10 o'clock here. Let's see, what time is it? What time is it really? Ooh, look at I can turn the lights up and down. What? Ooh. Okay. Anyways, it's coming up on 20 minutes. I'm getting out of here. If you don't like what you see, hit a thumbs down. If you like what you see, thumbs up. Hit subscribe and click that bell. Uncle Reggie's right this time. He knows he's right. I know I'm right. I know it. I know it in my heart. And you guys are just 1 inch away from capitalism. All you gotta do is say, you know what? You're right, Uncle Reggie. Jimmy Dore is saying the same things as Alex Jones, but there's no way to prove it. There's no way to prove it. They took all of Alex Jones' stuff and erased it, so they can start the script over again with their guys. And so you guys are getting shadow banned. Wow. Isn't that special? You guys are getting shadow banned. Doesn't feel very good, does it? Now, when it happened to your guys, and when it's happening to your side, it don't feel very good. You know what I'm saying? It's not very friendly when it's happening to you. But when it was happening to us, you guys were all laughing. He who laughs last laughs hardest. Peace. You could find it.